Hello and welcome to GameSpot Daily, where we cover 6 news stories in 30 minutes or less, or something bad could happen. Who knows? I'm Callie.
They're going to take away our video games.
Yeah. And I'm joined, of course, by Michael Hyam.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. It's Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday. I said it was Thirsty Thursday last week, but I was actually wrong. Today's Thirsty Thursday.
Is it every Thursday, Thirsty Thursday?
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
If you want it to be. All the world's your oyster. I don't know where I'm going with that. That's not Shakespeare.
The thirst is not quenched around the world, so...
It's always Thirsty Thursday somewhere.
Even if it's Monday.
Anyway, we have a pretty interesting assortment of stories today. I'm pretty excited. We got, obviously, Fortnite 50v50 is back. We got PUBG news. We got Master Chief Collection. We got anime, as we always do.
Sort of. Well, yeah, anime. Anime mixed with Yakuza, which is the best of both worlds.
Get excited.
I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah.
But we got to get through the important stuff first.
Which, of course, means Fortnite. Fortnite 50v50 is back, and the light machine gun has been added, among other things. So we got a ton of patch notes on GameSpot. I actually want to shout out Oscar Deas for this fantastic story because he has table of contents.
Look how clean that is.
It's clean. So if you are a big Fortnite fan and you want to see like the bullet points, everything they added in the 3.5.2 update, we have it on GameSpot. We'll run you through the most important stuff. So 50v50 has been brought back for a limited time, and I'll pull up the initial 50v50 trailer, but Epic has said this one is new and improved. So get excited.
Cool. There's also a bunch of other things that come with this patch. Mm-hmm. Do we want to run through these patch notes?
Let's run through 50v50 while we're watching 50v50.
Okay, well that's these right here, right?
Yeah. So the basic there's a laundry list of things. So the basic thing is each team jumps out of their own bus, and it has 10 minutes, and you have 10 minutes to loot before the fighting starts and the storm closes in. You have 5 minutes to fight, and then 5 minutes while another storm closes in. So that's the first one.
Okay.
That was the longest bullet point. All right, your turn.
Supply drops come in batches of 3 to 6, and they fall every 2 minutes and only land in the final storm of the circle. So you're gonna be strapping up at the end of these matches, man.
Hell yeah. They added a dotted line to the map, which indicates the battle lines between the two teams. So if you cross that line, it'll make running into enemies more likely. Right. Obviously.
There's an increase in loot and let me change this camera real quick. There's an increase in loot and resource spawns, so you won't be running into any dry towns. I know I have that problem when I'm playing regular Fortnite.
Yeah.
Always running into towns that ain't got shit in them. But if you play 50v50, you won't have that problem.
Right. And then profile stats are not tracked in this mode because of the large squads. That's specifically what they said, large squads. And then squad-based challenges can't be completed. That's related to that.
Yeah. 50v50 is exciting, different way to play Fortnite. I've seen some crazy ass buildings in the first round of 50v50 in Fortnite. I saw some crazy ass buildings constructed when you have that big of a team. So if you haven't experienced that, you can jump in to that.
Time to check it out again. They also added the light machine gun. It comes in rare and epic varieties. The rare deals 25 damage, while the epic deals 26 damage.
Mm-hmm. And they're found anywhere on the floor, in treasure chests, and vending machines.
And it has a 100-round mag with medium ammo and a 5-second reload.
Bang, bang.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Save the World mode changes for anybody who is interested in that. New mission called Into the Storm Encore. You complete that to unlock a new cyberpunk hero, which sounds cool. A new weapon, which is the Mercury light machine gun. It's an energy assault weapon, and it's available in the event store at 5 p.m. Pacific starting April 19th.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And there's also other changes, obviously, because this patch is quite expansive.
Yep.
So recent changes have been implemented for peaking, which if you've had this problem where you have a ramp, look at my hand visualizations here. If you're on a ramp and you're like peaking, you're like trying to take pot shots at someone across there, you would often your shots would collide with your structure. Mm-hmm. So they have fixed that. I haven't been able to test that out myself, but
supposedly that's been fixed.
Yeah, so you won't be shooting your own damn structures when you're trying to take pot shots.
Right.
Which is nice.
That sounds good. There's also double XP in Battle Royale in
Ooh.
all versions of the game from now through Sunday, which is April 22nd. And we have, like I said, the full patch notes on GameSpot if you want to get into the nitty gritty of that. But that is what we here at GameSpot Daily call Fortnite Daily.
Yes.
Your Fortnite update.
So Oscar Deus, I was going to say the title we give to people who are experts in things. We're not going to unveil that secret title. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
I was gonna, but if you want, if you're Fortnite man, Oscar Deus, I'm handing off that title to him, so you can follow him.
You just want to get rid of being the Battle Royale.
Yeah,
man.
I am handing off that title to my child, Oscar Deus. He's not my child.
He and I have the same birthday, but he's a couple years younger than me. Fun fact.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's cute.
In other Battle Royale news, we got PUBG updates, and I think I'm having some static on my hair with this microphone, so it's been like lifting my hair up. Anyway,
Oh, shit, my bad.
PUBG's Savage map is getting underground caves, and the game is finally adding map selection. So that's a twofer for PUBG.
Yeah.
I am really stoked about the second one, but let's talk about the underground caves because so PUBG Corp released a post on Steam which teases some of the stuff that's coming to Codename Savage. Again, I don't know if I've said that on this show live, but I have said before to Michael that I really hope they change the name of that map because I'm not a fan of the name Savage. It'll have new vehicles, weapons, and areas.
Yeah. And there's speaking of one of the new areas for Codename Savage. Now this one's kind of mind-boggling if you ask me. There's gonna be a big ass hole in the ground. Bam. Yeah.
A giant hole
in the ground.
In the ground.
Yeah. We will show you what that looks like or what the concept looks like shortly. But to talk a little bit about what the idea is, there's a concept sketch that sorts out and shows kind of this hole in the ground that you can skydive into. So it must be pretty deep if you're gonna whip out like a parachute or some shit.
Right.
And it's leads into that underground cave that they want to implement, which is essentially like a network of caverns in beneath the map. So it's whole nother type of area within this already condensed map. And some development time is going to be needed for this, obviously, because they can't just like slap on some new shit onto a map and like call it a day.
Yeah,
so
I'm curious how the circle works with an underground cave, because like
what if you get stuck in that shit?
Yeah,
like,
what if
I
you
need
get
to get
stuck?
out. Well, that's your own damn fault then.
But also, like, what if the circle closes and like half of the people are above ground and half the people are below ground?
So y'all just chilling up there,
like,
oh, there's 1v1 right now, but he's like down there, and I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna
like
get
what
him.
if like you're just stuck on the top and you're like, I can't find this guy, and it turns out he's in the caves.
Well, PUBG Corp has said they're excited to be rolling this out in the next couple of testing phases. So hopefully that gives them time to figure out a situation like that. I'm sure they're thinking about that.
They gotta be, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would hope so. PUBG Corp also said it would talk about new weapons and vehicles, which includes something called a tuk-tuk. And they said soon. That's coming soon. Oh, and I thought this was interesting because I thought I got like kind of like a Vietnam or like Southeast Asian vibe from this map.
Thailand is considered Southeast Asia.
Right, I know. But so I felt really proud that I was on the money with that. Because the inspiration for this new map did come from real cave systems in Thailand.
Okay, yeah.
Such as the Freya Nukkon cave, which is home to a temple. And if you go on Bangkok.com, you get some cool images of that temple. Yeah. I like that we have this detail, and yeah. I'm really happy.
They got front page is check out this new PUBG map on Bangkok. No, that's not true.
It's
spitting out some misinformation.
Doesn't really help with tourism if it's a video game.
I know.
Yeah.
Especially a game like PUBG.
Yeah.
Let's
show that giant hole in the ground concept art.
You ever been excited for a big ass hole in the ground? Well, check this out right here.
I like the.
I was looking at this.
Can we talk about the handwritten notes on this?
I could imagine like Brendan Green in there and be like, let me sketch this out for y'all real quick. Skydive.
Okay, so here's the thing. I can't really zoom in on the image. I'm sorry.
It's
but,
good.
Yeah, giant fucking hole.
Yeah.
Big.
And then,
big.
Yeah, and then the bottom image is kind of like, oh, this is what the underground network will look like. It doesn't look that extensive, I guess.
There's a pool in the middle and some trees or stalagmites.
Cool.
Anyway, so there's that. There you have it.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's that. And then finally, I do want to talk about the map selection because I'm very excited about this because I hate the desert map.
Some haters out here, yo.
So you can vote or unvote with a click, and the system will choose between nominations in case of a tie. Call of Duty's been doing that for a really long time in multiplayer. I just say that because like I do like choosing my map, and I get very frustrated when it's like, oh, we're going to bog. I'm like, I don't want to go to bog. Bog sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's coming to the test server first, and then to the full game again soon. PUBG Corp has just been saying all of this is soon,
which I think is better for them, because like creating multiplayer maps, like it doesn't just take time, but it also takes testing phases, and then you may be confronted with problems you had not anticipated, which will put an indefinite amount of development time on top of what you already expected. So be patient with them if you're like frothing at the mouth, like give me that third map, yo. Like calm your ass.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is exciting, you know, when they, even though you hate the second map, the fact that they rolled out the second map was a nice treat.
It was. I liked it at first. I liked to change of pace. To be fair to Miramar, I haven't tried it since they rolled out some of those updates and changed like the northeastern section of that map.
I was playing it last night actually with my homies. So it's the same.
Is it the same?
I mean, those areas are more populated and they are better, but overall, like the map, it's pretty much the same.
Okay, I really need to fix my PC so I can actually play again.
Can't help you.
One day I'll break you and you'll help me with my PC parts. All right. Now we're getting into anime. Are you guys ready?
I will fix your PC when we get Fist of the North Star in North America.
All right. So
maybe we will.
Maybe. We don't know. But we got a little hint of it. A new Sega survey asks about your interest in the Fist of the North Star game, which comes from the Yakuza 6 developer Ryuga Gotoku Studio. This comes from Sega Nerds.
All you Sega nerds out there.
So there's a Fist of the North Star game that was released on the PS4 in Japan on March 8th, and it's called Hokuto ga Gotoku. Hokuto is the North Star portion of the anime's name, and obviously Gotoku is like the end of the original in Japan, the Yakuza game title. So it's kind of like a
mashup of that, because the Fist of the North Star game in Japan is basically I think it's reductive to say it's Yakuza reskin.
but
it's fucking dope.
It's cool.
To set this up a little bit, in case you don't know what Fist of the North Star is, it's a manga, and it's also, there was an anime adaptation, and it's set in a post-apocalyptic world, kind of like Mad Max, and the main character is Kenshiro, and he is the successor to an ancient martial arts style called Hokuto Shinken. And
which is the title, and that would be the Fist of the North Star.
Yeah. And he has dedicated his life to beating the living crap out of bandits, dictators, and anyone else who threatens the lives of the innocent.
And Fist of the North Star is a pretty classic anime. Do you know when it came out?
Like in the 80s.
Yeah, it's like an early 80s, I think, because it was before Dragon Ball. So just so you know what Fist of the North Star is, the survey that Sega put out says, quote, while no localization has been announced at this time, how interested are you in the Fist of the North Star game created by the developers of Yakuza? Pretty like, hey guys, if we brought this to America, would you buy it?
Like, hells yes. The hell kind of question is that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh man. So if you want to know, this came out in Japan in March 8th. And it's basically it has the same foundation as Yakuza. Even like some of the sound effects are the same as Yakuza. Like some of the skill trees are the same. Look the same as Yakuza. And also the original voice actor for Kazuma Kiryu is voicing Kenshiro in the game. So it's like it's as if Kiryu just like transformed into and like got a quirk who can summon fireballs and like kill people by sticking his fingers in their head for 10 seconds.
It looks and even sounds like a reskin of Yakuza, but obviously Fist of the North Star has its unique things.
Yeah, the same skill tree as Yakuza.
Yeah. And I just looked it up. Fist of the North Star is early 80s, to confirm.
Yes.
83 was when it first started being serialized in Shonen Jump. So there have been Fist of the North Star games that came out in the US. Some as far back as the 80s, which is, you can't say the same thing about Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is is way more popular, way more well known. But the first Dragon Ball game that came out in the West was in the 80s, but it was totally reskinned and it doesn't have anything to do with Dragon Ball. It's called Dragon Power. I did a whole feature on that if you want to check that out. on the history of the Dragon Ball video games, but the fact that Fist of the North Star games came to America in the 80s is like shocking to me. So the most recent ones were the Ken Rage games from Tecmo Koei. That came in 2010 to PS3 and 360, and then Ken's Rage 2 was in 2013 on PS3, 360, and Wii U even. What's going on with you?
I'm on the side of my eye, I'm watching the trailer, and it's so goddamn cute. Oh, it's so adorable. It's exactly like Yakuza, but with superpowers.
And that's actually, it's a different kind of thing for a Fist of the North Star game, because the Ken's Rage games were actually more like Koei Tecmo's Musou games, like the Dynasty Warriors series. So this is like totally different, and it actually looks super Mad Max.
Yeah, it's very Mad Maxy.
I haven't seen Fist of the North Star or read it or anything, so this is like my first exposure is watching this trailer, and I'm like, this is just anime Mad Max.
It is with oh my god, it has all of the charm and character of a Yakuza game with all the absurdity, and describing Kenshiro as a character is almost he's basically in parallel with Kazuma Kiryu, who is this like dead ass serious guy who's gonna whoop your ass if you mess with innocent people, and he has a heart of gold, but he don't take no shit from nobody. And oh man, and he's voiced by the original voice actor. His name is
sorry, I scrolled down. His name is Takaya Kuroda.
Yeah, so he is the original voice actor, or he has been the voice actor for eternity for Kazuma Kiryu, and he's going to be doing
for eternity.
Or he does Kenshiro's voice. But yeah, the story of the day is Sega's asking us if we want this in the West,
and the answer is fuck yes.
Please. So
I also want to shout out the person in the YouTube chat who just said Nani, and then
Nani
the other
the
person who said Omae wa mo shinderu.
Hey, we hear y'all. We
I'm
see
here.
y'all,
I
and
see
we
you,
love y'all.
Cyborg Man. I see you in the chat.
Oh man, I want Fist of the North Star, please, Sega. So, yes, if you can get a hold of that survey somehow, make sure you answer yes, because that is the correct answer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Back
to reality. I
back
guess.
to Western video games. We got a cool thing from PC Gamer on the Halo Master Chief Collection, which could eventually add decade-old fan-made maps, which is crazy to me. So in a recent Halo Waypoint post, 343 Industries community manager Brian Gerard detailed how development on the Master Chief Collection is progressing. And one of the more interesting things is that there's work being done on bringing the fan-made Halo Custom Edition maps to the game. Did you ever play Halo Custom Edition?
No. I fell off Halo after Halo 4, but...
Oh, well...
Actually, I played...
Don't get me started on Cortana, because I'll get...
No. Our Halo lore is... the Halo lore is very complicated. I actually... correct myself, I did play Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, it was a little broken to begin with.
A little broken.
So Halo Custom Edition was an unofficial add-on for the PC version of Halo Combat Evolved, so the original Halo that came out in 2004, and it's still live. And it's basically just a modding platform for people. Yeah. So Gerard, like I said, the community manager over at 343, you want to read this quote from?
Yeah,
from
sure.
Brian Gerard?
I'll read the quote. This is longer lead proof of concept work that isn't part of the near term scope, but engineer Sean Cooper shared some exciting progress successfully loading a Halo Custom Edition map into MCC, which is Master Chief Collection. There's a lot of rough edges and plenty of work to still do on this front. And to be honest, this feature won't work. This feature work isn't currently even tied to the official milestone. But it's a really tantalizing and exciting prospect to think about further down the road. Wow, I need to learn how to read.
Gerard also detailed what the team is prioritizing for the first for the first of the Master Chief Collection's updates, which includes Xbox One X visual enhancements, bug fixes, LAN support, matchmaking improvements, the things that it should have had from the beginning, besides the Xbox One X improvements, because obviously that didn't exist when it released. But
yeah, more Halo for the people out there who want to play more Halo and putting custom stuff in their hands. I think the community does some dope shit. If you ever seen like a lot of the Forge stuff, it's very creative.
My brother and I used to play this one Forge map that's it's called Omega Slip and Slide, and it was just like a bunch of vehicles at the top, and you just had to keep going down. It was like this infinite loop, and you would gain momentum. But we would
Oh.
play on zombies mode, so it was just hectic. It was like the most hectic thing I've ever done in Halo, because you just kept like you would go super fast and like you would run over.
Ooh, sounds like surf maps in Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
I'm all about them surf maps in CS.
yeah. So there you go.
Cool. We have 2 more stories left, but these are quick ones.
We got quick ones,
Yeah.
and we started a little bit late, but we got to make room for more live streams here at GameSpot. So we'll get through these quickly. This one I think is the one that like I feel very like warm and
It's
fuzzy
heartwarming.
about. Hellblade sells 50,000 copies on Xbox One. It just came out for Xbox One 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and it donates 20 and the team donated $25,000 to a mental health charity.
That's Ninja Theory.
That's Ninja Theory. They've done this before for mental health awareness. They did it was like all proceeds or like part of the proceeds for a certain period of time went to mental health charities. It's something that the team seems to really believe in. We have it launched on Xbox One on April 11th. So I updated the review 2 weeks ago, but it launched pretty recently. It sold 50,000 copies in the first week, like we said. And the charity that they donated to was Mental Health America, which is really cool.
And they had a stretch goal of had a stretch goal of 100,000 copies by yesterday, April 18th. And if met, hold on, switch it there. So they had a stretch goal for April 18th. If met, donations would increase by 50,000. But Ninja Theory has
50,000.
250,000, not 250,000, 250,000. If that doesn't make any sense to y'all listening, never mind.
What?
But Ninja Theory has not announced new numbers since crossing the 50K sales mark.
But still, $25,000 is nothing to sneeze at, obviously. And mental health is something that is really important and I think is often misunderstood. And that's something that Senua's Sacrifice really tried to do. Like that game
is very good at communicating.
Really communicates just a really sympathetic and often relatable story of mental health struggle. And so I just think it's cool that the developer is backing that the hell up.
And so if you haven't played Hellblade, support Ninja Theory.
Seriously, play Hellblade. It's so good.
It made it in our top 10 games of 2017.
Yeah, and if you're into the Norse mythology of God of War, you get a full rundown in Hellblade of all of those Norse gods, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
A man with an accent tells you about Ymir and Odin.
Ooh.
All that shit.
Yeah, that's dope.
Hellblade first came out on PS4 and PC in August 2017, which is why it was on our games list last
for
year,
2017.
And then it has enhancements on Xbox One X.
Yes. So all you One X owners out there that want to get into Hellblade, you do get a little some. You get 4K and 60 FPS or up to 4K. So it might do dynamic resolution.
Sure.
But that is a side note to the bigger story, which is the fact that Ninja Theory is putting some money for mental health organization.
Ninja Theory owns. All right, last story. This one's really fast. Literally, check out this $1,000 Neo statue.
Peace.
That's it. There's a sick Neo statue that costs $1,000.
Is that Geralt?
It actually looks
just
a
kidding.
lot like Geralt. It looks like we have this Geralt like statue with a noon wraith.
Yeah.
In the office. And
It's a life.
This looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like a similar composition. Anyway,
It's
Prime.
it's a life size one. The Geralt one.
Oh, it's not. It's larger than
he's
life.
bigger. Yeah. Geralt is larger than life.
So this Neo statue comes from Prime One Studio, and it's a statue of William Adams, who's the protagonist of Neo, which came out last year, of course. It comes with his guardian spirit, Saoirse. I've read that as Saurois for like my whole life. It's actually pronounced Saoirse. That's cool. It's 24 inches tall, and only 750 are being made. So if you want to drop $1,000 on a statue of this nice man who looks like Geralt, you better get on that. They're shipping next year between June and August 2019. And there's also
That's a ways off.
There's a $600 version available if you don't want to break the bank.
It's less detailed.
It doesn't include Saoirse.
And it stands at 17 inches tall, not 24 inches tall.
Sacrificing those inches. So that's it.
Story of my life.
All right, we got to get out of here. Thank you, Matt Paget, Tony Wilson, Chris Pereira, who's sick, but thank you for existing. Eric Tay, Emily Conti. Am I forgetting anyone?
Oh, you said Eric Tay.
I did.
I just want to give a double shout out to Eric Tay, man. That fool's running around the office making shit pop, man. He's been doing this for years. So
he's a troubleshooter in human form, walking troubleshooting.
He's one of my favorites.
He's great.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for watching.
Oh yeah, you all of you are one of my favorites.
That's fine.
All of you are my favorites.
Grammar
there.
is
it's
a
tough.
construct.
I'm not an editor.
Yes, you are.
Ah, damn it.
Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, Friday. Have a fun, thirsty Thursday and stay safe.
Bye-bye.